So I guess my last question really circles around this idea of nothing about us without us, which is something that I really try to practice in the work that I do. So I understand that there was an open public survey that people were able to tell you who they are, self-identify who they are. But it wasn't something specifically for Afghan veterans and their loved ones. And that's where my concern is, because we're hoping here that that representation was there, but we don't know for sure. And so I guess my question is basically, why was there not an investment in a survey that would outreach specifically? You know, we've heard testimony today that you had information, information was put on the MyVac accounts. I can tell you, I know a lot of veterans who would never look at their MyVac account because of other issues. So I'm just wondering, was it too expensive in the perspective of the department to actually hire an organization that would call to those folks, reach out to them, find ways to identify, connect with them, and ask their opinion, so that what we would know then is that those veterans were represented, that their voices were heard. This system, I really appreciate the self-identifying, but it doesn't actually meet the need that I have. And this is nothing personal. I have no opinion. I'm not an Afghan veteran, and I am not a person who lost somebody. But it worries me that the outreach, and this seems to be an issue with VAC, where all too often the way that veterans are consulted is a sort of general online process, but that doesn't actually connect directly with veterans where they are to find out how things can be done better. So I'm just wondering, was it an issue of money? Why was it not looked at to have something more specific?
You have 30 seconds.
If I could, Mr. Chair, the real objective was to try to hear from as many veterans as possible, and as many veterans who are attached to the Afghan mission as possible. So it wasn't a question of money. It was a question of reach and getting the message out and the response out and back from as many as possible. As I indicated earlier, right from the outset in the announcement of the monument, the engagement with the veteran community was consistent. It was regular. There was great awareness amongst those who had served in Afghanistan. And when we reach out, there would be general awareness.
Thank you.
That doesn't mean that everyone will respond, but we had a tremendous response, greater than 3,000.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwell.